And
all right, welcome back to Stream of Consciousness. I am Joey Butterfly Kisses Stout, and this is Joel from Under Cheesecocks.
I showered this morning.
Irrelevant.
Really?
No, probably not. But I mean, no, that's good. That's good that you showered this morning because I don't want to completely glaze over that. Like that's, but it's not like that's not like especially. It's not like this is the day you showered.
I shower every day.
Yes. See, so you know, kudos.
Well, I don't want the from under cheese thing, and he doesn't shower. That's
yeah, it's all right. I'll be from under cheese. You can be butterfly kisses. Is that better? Do you feel more like a man now?
I'm thinking.
It wasn't like I was something great. I didn't make me this amazing. I wasn't like Joey the Magnificent and this is Joel. Whatever. I wasn't like Maverick and then you were Shitstorm or something. I didn't give you like this mean, harsh nickname.
Oh, that is true.
Alright.
I'll take from under cheese.
Alright then. It's all irrelevant. It's all just arbitrary.
So let's do some reminiscing. Why did we start this podcast?
I believe we had a free Sunday with nothing better to do. No, you always dreamt about having a podcast. Like, it was one of those things that you kind of wanted to do, and I always dreamt about talking. And and then magic was made, and then the rest is history. But yeah, it was. It partially started with that. Like, you obviously independently had that desire and that dream and that goal to do the show, but at the time, I was actually doing YouTube videos with my brother that more or less sucked. So we were like, hey, I'm doing this thing that sucks. You want to do a podcast? Let's do a sucky podcast. And then we did. And we've gotten better.
Yeah.
We couldn't have got much worse. We actually started off not too bad, but it was a little dry in the beginning. Like, when I go back and I watch our early podcasts, or I listen to our early podcasts, actually we could watch our early ones, when I see those, I kind of, I didn't dislike any of them, but some of them were like not quite as enthusiastic and motivated as they have become. Like, I feel like they've grown, they've evolved to be a much better, more beautiful thing. Like, it's more entertaining now, where in the beginning it was kind of like, it was a little dry. That's all, but not in a bad way. Just in a, you know, we maybe weren't retaining viewers and audience like we are now. I think our show has gone. It's become so much better and higher of a show. It's become a much more detailed. And I'm going to keep talking until you say something.
Well, the next question is, what keeps you coming back once a month on Sundays to record more podcasts?
Okay, here's the biggest thing is, one, I love doing these podcasts, but more so, I love having this as an excuse and as motivation to come hang out with you. And a lot of times we meet up with other friends too. I get to see your wife and our friend Chris and so on and such forth, and whoever happens to be at the time. A lot of times we get to, like, we were just talking with Annie, who I have not heard Annie's voice in years and years and years and years. Her and I have texted back and forth a couple of times, but nothing, not too much that way. And then so we're talking about having our friend Jonah on, or we.
Yeah, he was going to try to make it today, but he's out camping right now, I believe.
That's right. We'll catch him next time.
Yeah. Well, so, my friend Ashley wants
social.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, bring your friend Ashley on. I'd love to. I don't know Ashley, but I'd like to meet her and make a new friend. So that would be great. But that's a lot of what it is. It's getting to get out of the house. It gets me away from life. It gives me an excuse to be out of the house, to get to see you, which is a big plus for me. And then get to kind of interact with a few other people that I don't get to see on a regular basis. And then usually afterwards we got to eat, and I like to eat. So it's fun to record these, but then it's nice just to kind of socially get out and be involved and visit and such.
Because I was thinking about it the other day, like,
are you dissolving the podcast? Is this you gently letting me down here?
No.
You're like, hey,
what I'm saying
is,
do
do this because I don't want it anymore.
No, like 5 years ago, we'll say 5. Like, I would not have done this. I would not have sat here in front of a microphone and talked about random stuff.
No, in the beginning, we actually discussed a lot about how you did your Toastmasters, your group where you get together and you get to talk in front of an audience and stuff like that, and kind of break you out of that socially uncomfortable shell that you sort of kind of have. Although you're actually very sociable for somewhat of a reclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you really do. You're not. It's not that you're not able to speak to people. You just don't enjoy it. Like you're not. You're very personable. You just don't like people. You just hate people, and that's why you don't like doing that. But this is different. This isn't talking and dealing with people. The only stupid you have to contend with is mine, and you're already familiar with it. You're already aware of it, so it doesn't affect the same.
Because I'm thinking, like, why do I do this? I'm like, it's fun. I can hang out with you once a month, and it's funny because, like, I think the thing I enjoy the most is randomly throughout the week, I'll get a comment from somebody about the podcast. Well, my buddy Dave, Monday morning, well, now Wednesday mornings, I get a message, hey, good podcast this week. I like that topic. Or, hey, I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about this.
What did we not talk about?
No, it's just like, he'll just make comments about stuff.
No, and I like that too. I don't know Dave personally. I know just from some of the comments and stuff that you've kind of read. And I don't even read our comments because I don't want to know.
Well, that's because we don't really get comments. I actually get text, I get text messages and Facebook messages.
You get stuff from like people you specifically know, not like from our audience members.
Yeah.
We don't, because I'm sure that we have, we just, recently we had a show that was like 70-some people watched. The odds of us knowing, it was more than 70. It was
70. It was 70 unique people.
70 new people.
People kept coming and going, so that's why the number's higher.
But so we didn't know all those people. They're not all our immediate friends or anything.
Well, there are probably people on my Facebook, but not people that I would say, "Hey, I'm doing a podcast."
No, not even all of them, because we had some that were YouTube and such, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had some people that were not necessarily people we know.
It's funny because I did something I normally don't do. Anytime I do a project on Facebook or not, I'll make a fan page. I don't broadcast it on my actual Facebook. Like I've got probably about 10 fan pages I run for different stuff that I've done throughout the years. But the Stream of Conscious podcast one is probably the one that I'm most active on. And I actually I made a calendar event for today, for the live event. And then I went out and actually shared it on my feed Friday afternoon.
See, I'm going to have to start sharing on my feed as well.
And then I
do the same thing.
I actually posted, when we went live, I posted that we were live on Facebook. And, like, people that I don't normally talk to about the podcast showed up, which is kind of cool, when I was watching the comments. So, I doubt anybody stayed the full time, except for a handful of people.
It was a long show, and I think we probably did have a few people. And once we post it, once we put it on, that you can just watch it, because we did it live, and not everybody has that time free to sit and watch us live. But once we put it on, I'm sure we'll get some people that'll go back and maybe rewatch it, or just watch it for the first time, beginning to end.
Yeah.
And, kind of, once it's out there, which we'll do, later today or Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the video's up. I just got to do the audio version so the people who listen on their phones can listen to it.
Right. Okay.
So.
But no, I think the show itself is doing very well. We're having a lot of...
Now, the show's doing really well compared to me thinking how I was going to survive.
Okay. This is about the longest I want to be serious. Let's come up with something ridiculous to talk about. What absurd and degrading, derogatory thing can we speak about today? What is something wild, something offensive, something to do with butts?
Can we go a little north of the border?
South of the border. Yes, let's go a little south of the border.
Let's go a little north of the border.
Oh, I like it up there too. Yeah. All right.
Boobs.
Boobs. Yes, boobs. I love boobs. We were just talking about. Well, okay. I'm always just talking about boobs. That's one of those conversations that I try to pull everything back around to. My favorite thing about boob conversations is that they always come in pairs.
Not always. I will recant a story. When we were in Vegas.
Oh, yes. Yes. The guy was it a strip club or something?
Yeah, it's a strip club.
We didn't go to a strip club in Vegas.
That was a good thing.
Was it though?
Yes.
Sure.
Hey, 1 kidney, 2 kidney. I'm good.
You've seen too many television shows where somebody, it's like, that's not how all strip clubs work. You don't go into a strip club and then, I'm pretty positive. That would be a very bad business model for them. You don't walk into a strip club and then walk out with that. You don't wake up in a tub of ice. I think if you try to bring like the wrong hooker home or something, that might happen. But I don't think that was happening. We weren't planning on that, and that was not a Vegas. There was a lot of things we went. We were like doing buggy riding.
Hold on. Let's go down this rabbit hole. Hypothetically, you bring a prostitute home, and she brings a shitload of ice. Are you worried?
I'm like, yes. Even if she's not stealing my kidney, why does she have so much ice? And what circumstance? There is nothing sexy about to happen with bags of ice. If I'm like, hey, how much? And she's like, well, it's this much, but if you let me bring 5 pounds of ice, it'll be... No, I'm not. I don't want that discount. That's not a safe... There's nothing good. It's not like she's like she's not bringing whipped cream or chocolate syrup in. Like, bags of ice are... And how many bags of ice do you really need to steal someone's kidney? Do we know this? Like, I know you wake up in a tub of ice if somebody takes your kidney.
Well, I guess hypothetically you could do ice and water.
You could, but still, you have to have enough ice that the water doesn't melt it. Mm-hmm. So you have to cold water and an ice bath. Mm-hmm. So you still need.
But you're also unconscious the whole situation usually. So
yeah, but the ice can't melt. You need to like wake up and still be. I mean, I guess they really don't even need to put you in a tub of ice. Like that's
just courtesy.
It is. It's you know what? If you're gonna steal someone's kidney, I think you should put them in a bath of ice. But it's not a necessity because you're really just stealing their kidney. Mm-hmm. Do you care whether they wake up comfortable?
But you don't want that on your head that you stole their kidney and left them for dead with no choice.
You're basing this on the moral compass of someone who steals kidneys, though. So who's going? You know what? I want to take someone's kidney, but I don't want to be a complete jerk.
These are things that keep me up at night, Joe.
I don't think you're too worried about offending someone once you steal their kidney. Like, they're going to wake up and go, oh, they took my kidney. Oh, but you know what? At least they were nice enough to leave me in some ice.
And a note.
And a note. Dear Joe, thanks for the kidney. Hope everything goes well this weekend.
Okay, so hypothetically...
Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Hypothetically again, prostitute with said ice doesn't charge you. It leaves your money and wallet on the counter.
Oh,
but took your kidney.
Yes, but not all rides are worth the ticket price. So
there's no ticket price because you didn't pay for it.
It cost you a kidney. That's still a cost.
But you don't really notice.
No, you do because your kidney's gone and now you pee weird. So I think it might catch on. Like, and then you have a scar, and I don't really need a scar. That's not.
What if the scar is actually very minimal, and they leave you vitamin E to take care of the scar?
That's, I mean, more considerate. Now we're building onto the ice theory here, but I still don't have one of my kidneys, which is kind of, it's a major factor for me. Like, I know that I have 2, but think of it this way. I have 2 ears. I don't want to only have 1. I have 2 eyes. I really don't want to have 1. I have 2 nostrils. But I don't want to eliminate one of those. I'd like to keep all of the 2s that I have. I have 10 toes, and I don't want to get rid of 1/10 of my toes.
Not even the little pinky toe?
Not even the little pinky toe.
That pinky toe's useless.
No, because I believe it helps with balance. But no, I don't want to lose any
Joe,
part
I weigh about 225. If that ounce of a toe ain't doing squat.
No, okay, but... If I were to wake up missing anything, like if I were to wake up and my face were to be shaved, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be a little freaked out, but I would be a little displeased.
What if it was the best shave you ever had in the world?
Is there really a such thing though? That's still creepy. It's the whole mentality. You wake up and you're shaved. Like, now, I've been married for like umpteen years at this point. If I were to wake up and
13.
my wife were to have shaved me, 14 actually.
You got married in 2004.
What year is it now?
2017.
Yeah, 14 years. Ish. I meant to say ish at the end of it. No, I got married in...
04.
I got married in... No, I did get married in 04.
Trust me, I remember because I was working that crappy job.
How do you remember when I got married better than I do?
Because I was working that crappy job in Turtle Creek. I know it's in September. I don't remember the date, but if I look
17th.
But if I can go back to 2004 and look up that horrible flooding that happened that Friday, you're putting us on that Saturday.
Yeah, it's Hurricane Ivan.
Because it took me 3 hours to get home that night for a half-an-hour car ride.
My point is I don't want my wife to... I wouldn't want to wake up shaved by the person that I know and haven't...
What if it wasn't your wife?
To.
What if it wasn't your wife?
You know what? Now it kind of sounds a little sexy. Now I'm like kind of curious. In what circumstance? No, there's
Okay.
not a circumstance where that's okay.
Hypothetically. Hypothetically. You wake up, you went to bed, waiting for Sarah to get home. It's a Saturday night. You know she's going to be home soon. You fall asleep. You wake up. Sarah gets up. She's taking care of the kids and breakfast and whatnot. And you wake up noticing you've been shaved. You go downstairs and you go to Sarah. Sarah, what happened last night? How did I get shaved? And she points over in the corner, and at the table is Kat Denning.
In a maid's uniform.
Yes. And who's the girl that sounded like that thingy from last month we recorded?
The what?
The girl I thought you said about fishing, but it wasn't fishing.
Said about fishing?
You said something, and there was some girl you were talking about. Isa Fisher?
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher.
It's Isla Fisher and Kat Denning sitting there in maid uniforms. And Isla has one of those razors. And she's cleaning it off because she just got done, and that's why you woke up.
Did she make me breakfast?
Yes.
Bacon and eggs?
Yes.
I forgive her.
Now, is it creepy?
It's still super creepy. That's still really, really creepy. There's no question about it. But that's and we're getting into some strange fantasy realm there. But okay, like if you think of it this way, have you ever woken up? Have you ever been like asleep and then your wife has taken the pillow from you or hogged too much of the blanket?
Let me tell you a story. We were on vacation.
How mad do you get though?
We were on vacation. We're sharing a bed. Cool, whatever. So I go to the bathroom. I come back. My pillow's gone. She's in a dead sleep. I've been gone for like 30 seconds.
Okay, now how angry were you that she took your pillow?
Words cannot express how angry I was.
Okay, so let's say displeased to a degree. Now imagine instead of your pillow, it's your kidney. It's your goddamn kidney, Joel. Like that's not.
I thought we were talking about shaving.
That's not. No, we worked our way all through this one.
Okay.
If you are that upset over her stealing your pillow, imagine how mad you're gonna be if someone took your kidney. There's no forgiveness on that one.
Fair.
So yeah, no. Where did we start? How did we go from hookers to kidneys to pillows?
Stream of consciousness.
Stream of consciousness. That's what it is.
So I gotta say, I love my 3D printer.
Oh yeah, how's that been working for you?
Really well. I've been making parts for my drones. I've been looking to use a program called Tinkercad, so I can actually make stuff and print it. So I've been making little things that I need for stuff. Like I bought a flying wing to fly, because that's what they do with them. And I was supposed to put these pieces on it so that it would help with the flaps moving. I forgot to put them on, so I 3D printed some that were like looked a little bit bigger, but I could just glue them to the plane. Came out great. So earlier when we recorded the live episode, I made stands for the cameras.
Oh, did you make those?
Yeah. So I found them on Thingiverse, and I printed them, and I had some bolts, and I used the bolts to connect to the tripod.
That's crazy, dude. They look really good.
Yeah.
That's wild that you made those.
It was so cool because like I figured out that the one camera was in the middle of the camera, and one of the phone, and one was at the top corner. So I actually changed the height so they all were.
So they sit the same size. How crazy is that? Like for the audience, that they can't see this, but
no.
I mean, and even whenever we did, like even if we were filming, you couldn't see it because it's literally the thing that held the cameras for us. But I saw them and I just thought you bought those. Like they look really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy that you printed those up. That's wild.
Yep.
I love it. Neat. So,
living in amazing times.
That 3D printer is really cool though too. Like that's neat that you. So when are we going to? And I know we can't 3D print it, but you do your drones. And I asked you this before, Joel. When are we going to build a drone big enough to carry a person? That person being roughly, say, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, handsome, shaved head, dazzling smile, charming.
I don't want your wife killing me if something goes wrong.
She will not be mad if something goes wrong.
You say this, but I'm scared of Sarah.
She will be thankful.
If I screw things up, you can't come out and play anymore.
If you kill me, though, she would probably send you a thank you note. She'd be like, cool, off the hook. Save her the aggravation of doing it.
Are you telling me when Belle turns 18 she's going to divorce you?
I'm not saying that she's going to wait that long. All I'm saying is we need to build a drone that I could maybe wear like a backpack. Like a jetpack.
I'd rather not. It's one of those things that I don't like killing my friends.
Oh, we're going to go to the thrift store. I'm going to buy a helmet, knee pads, and those wrist guards.
Why do you want to be the Rocketeer so bad?
Why do you not? Why do you hate fun?
No, I don't mind doing it myself. Because if I kill myself, Tara can't kill me for killing myself.
Joel, you're just gonna make it. We'll make it so that either one of us go.
If I kill you, Sarah will kill me, and Tara will probably kill me.
No, they won't. Tara might be more upset than Sarah would. Your wife would be more angry if you killed me than my wife would. Can we do it? Can it be done? How many lawnmowers do we need? Is what I'm asking.
Dear God, I don't even want to think about that.
I've already got some ideas. We're going to get some lawnmower engines, and we're going to get some... You can 3D print the blades. What do we need to make them out of?
I don't know.
Just hypothetically. Let's
Here's the thing.
Let's spitball
I'm not a real engineer, Joe. I just make things and hope for the best, and so far no one's died from those.
Well, then we continue on the streak.
No, because I don't want to lose my friends.
I'm not going to die. Worst case scenario, paralyzed. I can still do the show paralyzed.
Yeah, but you...
You can come. We could do the show in the hospital, or from the nursing home.
I don't like the sound of this.
Where's your sense of adventure?
It's great when I just kill myself and I have nobody to be yelled at about. But there's so many people.
Ah, you have no spirit.
I have spirit. Because it's like, what's worse than happen? I end up dead. No big deal. When other people end up dead, it's called murder.
There is a slight chance that this thing could malfunction and I could literally crash into you and we would both be dead. Does that make you feel better?
Do you think I'd stand that close to you? So
I'm just saying, if we can't build an Iron Man suit...
All I'm saying...
Oh, Joel! Can we build an Iron Man suit? What if we put me like in one of those big bouncy rubber ball thingies and then just fly me from that? And that way if I do crash, I just bounce.
Here's all I'm saying. I have watched Iron Man multiple times. I love Iron Man. But here's the problem. Things go wrong. Things go wrong badly.
Yeah, but that's okay. We get up, we dust ourselves off, and we do it again. Back on the horse, as they say.
Why do you have a suicide mission? Like,
it's not a suicide. I just want to fly.
I want to fly too, but...
Oh, well, then let's do it. We can make two of them. Once we know one works, we've already got the idea of the model to make the second one. Think of it this way. What is safer? You making this thing with me, or me making this thing by myself?
That is a good point.
Right? I'm already watching Amazon for lawnmowers. Because I feel like the spinniness.
Don't you mean eBay?
Yeah, whatever. I'm mostly just driving around neighborhoods looking for garage sales. But I feel like there's a lot of potential there. So I think that this can be done.
I'll look into it.
Yes! That's all I ask. That's all I want is just to know that maybe we can think about it. I'm not asking you to say yes. I'm just saying consider it.
I can meet you halfway.
All right, I'm in. What's your suggestion here? Did you just agree to meet me halfway, but you didn't really have a halfway point? You're like, I'll agree to it, but I won't do it.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's how Sarah meets me halfway. Is she says yes, and then but really the answer is no.
Well, I didn't say we'll discuss it later.
You just humored me. You're just placating me like a child.
On hold, you forget about it, and I'll just show you pictures of boobs and we can move on.
All right, fair enough. That's actually the same way that Sarah placates me. I'm like, can I do this? And she's like, no, here's some boobs. I go, oh, okay, cool. And then I forget what we were talking about.
Well, Sarah, you're a smart woman.
Boobs and all arguments.
You used to watch How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
That one episode when Barney and Robin were dating, and every argument was settled by her showing her boobs to him.
There's so much truth in that show. That's what I love about it. That's why it did so well, because of how honest it was. What's your favorite show on TV right now? Oh, Defenders is out now. Have you seen any of it?
I need to finish the other ones first. I refuse to like lie to myself.
I actually watched all of them. I do need to watch Defenders is the last one I need to... Like, I'm all caught up, but I haven't started Defenders just yet. But I got a lot of other stuff I'm watching, too. I watched a show called Ozark with Jason Bateman.
I heard that's good.
It was really... So far, I still have one episode left to watch. But it's really good. It kind of puts me in mind of Breaking Bad. If you like Breaking Bad, you like Ozark.
The one podcast I listened to was saying that.
It really is true. It definitely has, like, that feel to it.
Right now I'm watching Mr. Robot, and the first season was amazing. The second season, they kind of mess with you. The third season, we're on episode 2 right now of recording, and oh my god, have they fired on all cylinders.
I heard this season's really good. I watched most of the first season, but I didn't even finish it, so I still have a lot of catching up to do.
But
I got a lot of shows I got to catch up on.
So my goal is this. Now the weather's getting bad, and like I can't go fly my drone every day. I'm trying to set up a playlist on my media server of all these TV shows I want to watch, so that when I come home, I turn on my TV and hit this like link, and we'll just start playing TV shows until I get sick of it. Kind of like my own broadcasting station, in my own apartment.
I hate that when the weather gets cold. Like, I feel so trapped inside the house, but like I almost want to fight it. Like, I'm right now purposely not doing like watching anything on Netflix and anything like that. Like, I'm trying to avoid it. If I watch a show, like I used to binge watch, but now like I'll watch a show and then I stop and I go about doing something else. Right? Even if I'm doing nothing, I just stay off it, so that way I can kind of save all that up for whenever the weather gets cold and that comes around. Then I have that on. Then I'll have like that desire to want to finish up some things and want to catch up on some stuff. But I still have pretty much the whole last season of Game of Thrones to watch. I want to watch. I will catch up on Mr. Robot. Like, that's one of those shows that just didn't catch me right away, so I'm gonna wait and then I'm gonna watch that later on. But there's a handful of shows that I want to watch. I want to watch Sons of Anarchy as well. That's another one that. And then of course I'm gonna check out the Defenders. Mm-hmm. But like, I haven't watched, for as much of as a self-proclaimed nerd as I am, I haven't watched any Gotham. I've watched maybe like the first season or 2 of Arrow. I haven't really watched any Flash.
I don't care about DC. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to watch it. See, I think some of the TV shows are pretty good. Like Flash. The 1 or 2 episodes that I have seen of Flash was really good. Arrow was great. Supergirl. I want to watch Supergirl.
I bet you do.
You know what? And like I've said before, I like those romantic comedy type shows and stuff. And it's almost done like a chick flick.
I hate those.
I love them. And there's another show I watched too called iZombie, where it's like this girl that becomes like a zombie, but she's still like, she's not a zombie like a zombie. She's just like a regular person that has to eat brains pretty much, but she works for like the mortuary department for the police department. And she helps solve crimes and stuff and all this stuff. And it really is not like, it's not an action show. It's basically just the drama, and the lead character it's a female lead, and it's all like that sort of like will they, won't they kind of stuff. Like, she always has, there's the one guy that she's in love with, and he's the ex-boyfriend and stuff, and will they get back together, won't they get back together, and who's gonna, and it's like that, but I still love the show. Like, I love watching those shows. Like, they get me hooked. So, yeah, there's a few things on Netflix I want to get caught up on. I love Netflix with all my heart. I think Netflix is like the single most greatest invention. And I actually have Amazon Prime also. And between the two, Netflix knocks Amazon Prime out of the water. Amazon Prime is garbage compared to Netflix.
I don't really watch a lot of Amazon Prime. I know Tara does.
There's a couple good shows, but it's just like, even the way it navigates and everything, all the way down to that, it's just not that great. I think Netflix really stepped up their game, and I think that they have a good business plan. I think they're evolving with the times and how things work and what they're doing. And now that they're making their own TV shows...
They wanted to partner with Blockbuster, and Blockbuster laughed at them.
Right, well, shame on Blockbuster, because Netflix is huge now. Mm-hmm. And with their own shows, that was the biggest thing that they did that made them successful, because they originally were supposed to just be DVDs in the mail, and they did that instant watch kind of like as an added bonus. But now, like, the instant watch is all people want. Like, nobody wants to wait for a DVD in the mail. Mm-hmm. So making their own shows and sponsoring, like, the different things that they've done is really just like they literally, like, they have an agreement with Marvel to make all the Defenders, all that stuff, and I'm sure a few things other than that they do. But yeah, Netflix nailed it. They're like the Google of movies, because Google is like such a simple concept and started off as a search engine, and now Google is literally everything and anything you want. Everything you do is Google. Like, Google has their hands in everything, and Netflix is doing the same thing where they just keep growing and evolving.
I don't know if Google does porn, though.
Google has porn?
I don't know if Google does porn.
I mean, you can Google porn.
But Google actually... Okay, what if Netflix came out with their own
that's like one of those untouchables. Sports and porn. Those are the two things that you just cannot... If you're not sports and you're not porn, you don't do it kind of thing.
Really?
Well, I mean, not so much like... I mean, obviously, they both have amateur videos, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, if you're not the NFL, you don't do football. If you're not the NHL, you don't do hockey. Like, there's no competition in sports. Like, they've cornered that more. They literally have a monopoly. And porn's kind of the same way. Like, porn has... And there's a lot of different porn companies, but porn is its own entity. If you don't do porn... Like, Netflix, I can't see Netflix doing porn. Like, you look at... Really, the closest anyone has ever got into that market is, like, Skinamax. And that's not even really, as far as I know, a thing anymore. I don't have Cinemax, but I don't know, maybe they still are doing, but I imagine they're probably outsourcing that. Like, they're probably just like how they show their movies, either from Sony or Fox or whoever makes the movies, whatever contracts they have. I bet that it's the same thing with their adult entertainment, their Cinemax After Dark or whatever it is.
Everything's getting outsourced nowadays.
So, but that's it. You either, if you do sports, you do sports. If you do porn, you do porn. And if you do anything else, it's the world's your oyster. So Google can expand as far as they want, but I can't see Google wanting to get into that just because of the morality behind it. I think that as of right now, they have their hands in so much other stuff that they wouldn't want to jeopardize any of that or lose any agreements. Because you know how that is. They get into that, then all of a sudden somebody's going to throw a fit, and it's like the football players kneeling for the Pledge of Allegiance, not the Pledge of Allegiance, the National Anthem. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the same thing. Like, the now morals are involved and it's causing conflict. And there are people literally not willing to watch football over whether the players do or don't stand for the National Anthem. Mm-hmm. One has nothing to do with the other. You're not watching football for political views. That's not what those people are there for. But Google can get themselves in the same amount of trouble. And it's always been like that. The media's always had a situation where actors and actresses have been blackballed because of either their political views or because of something stupid or ignorant that they have said that has caused offense and drama and issues. There are many actors that went off the deep end. Shia LaBeouf he went kind of bonkers. He probably still can make great movies.
Kind of bonkers?
Well, he more than went kind of bonkers, but he went bonkers, and it doesn't even matter how good of an actor he is. At this point, nobody's going to work with him. Nobody wants to work with him, and he can't make a movie now, even though he might be I think he's still an amazing actor. You got to give the devil his dues. He might be crazy, but he's a great actor. So it's along the same lines. I think that Google can become, and they're huge. They're never gonna. They're not gonna. It's not gonna topple the giant necessarily. It's not David and Goliath. But if they did get themselves in a situation where they did something that somebody found inappropriate, or the mass majority of people felt a need to, although I would say that the bulk of people in this day and age are either familiar with, do watch porn, or comfortable enough that they don't care if you do watch porn. I would say, a major portion of that. But that small percent of people that have to stand against that, the religious groups that would go, no, you can't do that, would cause enough ruckus to then cause problems for Google, just enough to give them some drama. I think that they're better financially not getting into the porn industry. Look at that! Like, I just said, like, a whole bunch of stuff that was
Yeah, I don't know what's
Did you
going
hear
on.
me talking there, Joel?
I don't know what's going on nowadays.
That's weird, man. And it was about porn of all things. I just talked for a while about porn and didn't say nothing about chipped ham looking vajays or big dinner plate nipples. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I managed.
And on that note, we're going to end this episode.
Are we really? Come on. Dinner plate nipples ruins everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, join us next time on Stream of Consciousness. You can see us on streamofconsciousnesspodcast.com. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, and FM. We should just write these down. We're on all kinds of places. You look for us, we got a media. All right. Love you, everybody. Good night.
Good night, folks.